Almost. All right, everyone. Nice to have a full room tonight. First of all, welcome to Startup Weekend Fintech Impact in Geneva. How many of you have already been to Startup Weekend in the past? At least once. Okay, very cool. And yes, please tell me how fun it was by clapping extremely loud. Woo! Well, let's make sure the whole room is doing that by the end of this weekend, shall we? All right, great. Well, first of all, welcome. Behind me are probably the two most important things you need to know this weekend. The Wi-Fi, how to get into that. If you haven't done so already, you just go to the all caps Wi-Fi network, and it's going to ask you for your phone number, and you're just going to give it and trust, and it's going to send you a text message with a code. So if you want to do that now, feel free to take out your phone for 3 seconds, and then no more phones. And also Twitter, have a look at our Twitter handle and our hashtag. Over here on the right, I have Mandy the Flamingo. She's our emotional support animal for the weekend. Please tweet lots of pictures of her. She likes the attention. And always feel free to talk to her about how you're feeling this weekend. All right. Hi, I'm Camille. I live in Amsterdam, and I'm here this weekend to help host the Startup Weekend. A few facts about me are I'm a third culture kid. I was born in Taiwan by a French mother and a Dutch father. But I grew up in the US. As you can hear, I sound extremely American. And when I was 18, I decided to move back to Europe, France, and now Amsterdam. So that's a little bit of a round trip. I'm also a community builder in Amsterdam for Startup Weekend and other startup-related events, and a general supporter of entrepreneurship. I work a lot with the lean methodology on a day-to-day basis, so feel free to ask questions if you need some structure going into this weekend and trying to navigate these waters of all action. So feel free to come up and ask any questions. Really quickly, just gonna run you through how this evening is gonna go. It's gonna go fast and it's gonna be fun, but more specifically, what does that mean? That means that I'm gonna do a short intro. We're gonna have some speakers up here introducing some companies, and then you guys are gonna get to pitch, and then our job is done. We're just all gonna go home. No, I'm kidding. We'll be here listening to your pitches, I promise. So you're gonna pitch, we're gonna vote, we're gonna make teams, we're gonna get really excited and get really prepared, and then tomorrow we're gonna come back and get really busy on these new ideas. That's essentially what we're gonna do today, in this particular order. Venue logistics, some important things. We have a few important hashtags for this weekend. Keep it clean. Fusion is your home now for 3 days, so treat it like your home. We have trash bins in the back. As you see, we like to save the trees as well, which means we have a recycling bins for different types of recycling in the back, so please use them. And the last one is read the signs. There are signs on doors around. There's these little green stickers. If there's a green sticker on it, you can open it. If not, there's probably a reason you can't. And there's probably a really dangerous one. So just open the doors with green stickers on them. Yes, there are monsters. All right. Well, Startup Weekend is actually part of a larger global community of Techstars. And Techstars has many startup programs, and I'm just going to run you guys a short little video so you can see what that's about.
This is a global ecosystem that empowers entrepreneurs to bring new technologies to market wherever they choose to build their business. Our ecosystem includes founders, alumni, mentors, community leaders, investors, sponsors, and many more. We run accelerators all over the world in different vertical markets.
One of the big visions of Techstars is being able to support entrepreneurs at every stage. Startup programs for Techstars are a reflection of the early stage events supporting entrepreneurs really at the grassroots community level.
Startup Week is a celebration of entrepreneurs in cities around the globe. Startup Digest is a personalized newsletter for all things startup around the world.
about helping entrepreneurs get their start. Startup Weekend is really the best launching point into programs like accelerators. Techstars obviously is really investing in communities and ecosystems.
We all have a drive to create something new. Startup Weekend's that opportunity for you to express that.
There are people in rooms like this and places all over the world learning the same things, experiencing the same things, and I hope that's inspiring for you.
To date, at Startup Weekend events, we've had more than 100,000 attendees, over 23,000 something companies, over 140 countries.
You get to meet a lot of cool people from all over the place, and you get to feel that entrepreneur energy.
Since the weekend, I've actually kept in touch with a few people from my team and also managed to leverage the networks of the people I met that weekend to meet others in the startup community.
My favorite thing about Startup Weekend is just how human it is. We have built a platform that really gets to connect communities around real problems, real people, real ideas. This is a journey, it is a life choice that, it's not easy, but we can help guide people through it.
Startup Weekend!
Back to work.
Transition back here. All right. That took one extra second. So, as you just saw, there's a lot going on in the Startup Weekend and Techstars Startup Programs community. There's a lot you can do as well. If you're interested in learning more or involving yourself, feel free to come talk to the organizers that are going to be here all weekend and that I will introduce shortly. All right, so as mentioned, the mission is to inspire and challenge entrepreneurs like you. The way that we do that, as mentioned in the video as well, is through the network, through giving you options after the weekend as well to follow up on what you've learned, but also to, So yeah, it's a network, it's a learning process, and it's a great experience to learn about new people and new ways of working. Great. Sorry, some slide. Okay, here we go. So Techstars in numbers, we have 350,000 entrepreneurs like you that have been inspired and challenged, and through 12,000 local leaders like the ones here at 4,000 different events in over 1,300 different cities worldwide. And you can go ahead and see other events that are happening this exact weekend all over the world. So a lot of other people from other countries and other cultures are also going to be experiencing the same and probably different learnings as well. So, very quickly, I would like to introduce Adela, who's actually from this wonderful space, and she's going to tell us a little bit more about what goes on here and why it's a great and creative place. There you go. So let's welcome her.
Good evening, everyone. You look exhausted or drunk. I don't know. But you look, oh my gosh. This Friday, the weekend start, and the start of the weekend as well. Do we have the slides? Come in. Yeah, I want to stop a little bit because you have to appreciate the movement of the slides. It really took me a long time to do it. I love it. So, you see? Technology. Well, very just small thing. So, hello everyone, I'm Adela. I'm the Executive Director here at Fusion. I'm in charge a little bit of all the travels that are around. Who has been here already? So yeah, I see some faces, so some of you already know who we are. Yeah, you know very well. So for those who doesn't know who we are, we call ourselves Global Catalyst. We actually help corporates to innovate and startups to accelerate and grow. Our mission, as my teacher say, is supercharge innovators. So we have a very exclusive methodology and a secret sauce that we use for corporates and startups. So we enable world-leading organizations to go through the digital transformation and to understand new technologies and deep technologies. So we started 3 years ago as a Fintech accelerator. Hello Easy here is part of our batch this year. They started in Startup Weekend 1 year and a half ago in London. So for the French speakers is Sisi, I have to say it. So Easy, so they started 1 year ago in Startup Weekend, and today they are part of our accelerator of Fintech. We also have another vertical, which is PropTech. So PropTech is real estate technology and smart city. So all the new technologies within the citizens and the urban tech environment. And life tech, so this is digital health, well-being, medtech, and all of this. So we focus on what we call frontier technology, which is blockchain, IoT, artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, drones, etc. So we love new friends, so if you want, you can follow us on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter. You have my email at the beginning. You can also ask us Stan if you want to know a little bit more. And I think that's all for us. Thank you so much, and have a great weekend.
All right, thank you so much, and I'm very excited, and I'm excited for you guys actually that you're going to be working in this great space. I was here this afternoon, and it's very, very pleasant. So, what are we doing? We are back with thank you, Adela. I'm just gonna click through. Yes, and Adela is one of the many local sponsors that you're about to see on the screen pop up, and thanks to these companies that are supporting entrepreneurship and the fostering of new companies in the Geneva ecosystem, we are able to host this startup weekend. So in just a moment, you're gonna see them, and I wanna know, actually, is there anybody from the sponsorship companies that is here right now this evening? If you wanna just stand up, show yourself, because we're about to give you a huge round of applause. Let's just go ahead and do it, guys. Let's give them a huge round of applause and thank them for everything. This is why we do tech check on Sundays, so this actually doesn't happen. So learn by other people's mistakes, right? All right, so here are our local sponsors. Let's go ahead and give them a round of applause again. Yes, let's hear it. And we're there. Fantastic. Some of these guys will also be here on Tuesday and Sunday. IBM is going to be here tomorrow with a workshop. That just came out of the blue, I know, but the organizing team will be notifying you throughout the weekend of workshops and events happening as well that it can add to your startup weekend learning experience. So, before I go in and introduce the fantastic prizes that you may or may not win on Sunday, I just want to give you this slide. Go ahead, take a picture. I will remind you that this is what our judges on Sunday are going to be looking at. So just to give you a very quick overview of this weekend, tonight we're going to pitch ideas, we're going to select ideas, we're going to form teams. Tomorrow we're going to work really hard. Sunday we're going to work really hard, and we're going to pitch to a panel of 5 fabulous judges that are going to judge you really hard. No, I'm just kidding, they're very nice people. But they will be deciding on some winning teams that will get some fantastic prizes. So this is what they're going to look at. Validation. Did you go out and talk to real people with real problems and see if you could solve them? If you did not, you will, because tomorrow is all about getting out of the building. Execution and design. So we have a few developers in the room. Try and find one. If not, we also have plenty of mock-up tools or prototyping tools we can share with you. And the last one is business model. Are you going to make money? How are you going to make money? Is it a sustainable business? Can you make money before Sunday? That's always a good one, if you can pull that off. So think about these as you go through your process this weekend. And so now I'm going to show you what our first place prize pack is. It's very full, it's very fantastic. We have Fusion, that is providing 3 months of office space, 961, a full design workshop for the entire team that wins. Let me get out of your way. InnoPark, which is another incubator in Geneva, which you're going to be able to pitch your project to, see if you can work together. And for the Q1 survivor, yes, okay, we are in Q4, right? What day is it? Yeah, December. Q1 survivor, if you're still here in a month, hashtag challenge accepted. You will get 1 hour of legal expertise for your team from Valdervis lawyers. So, first prize, it's looking real good. Guys, keep it in mind. Okay, eyes on the prize, as we say. Second place, we'll also be getting a fantastic deal. Some office space and mentorship from, I don't know if you can read it, the Entrepreneurship Institute. So also some great coaching, some great tools for you to continue this project after Monday. And third prize also gets some hours of mentorship from the Entrepreneurship Institute if you would like to continue your project as well. And there is one last prize that is provided by Swissborg, which is a special prize. Nobody knows who's going to get it. It's for the first place winners, you guessed it. Sirius is not able to make it tonight, so I will present it for him. But you will get the equivalent of 1,000 Swiss francs worth of tokens from Swissborg. So, guys, it's pretty exciting. I'm pretty excited. Are you guys excited?
What is it?
They're a cryptocurrency. They're a cryptocurrency, and I will get Cyrus on the phone for you so he can explain it better. All right, great. So now you know what you're heading towards, but obviously it's not just about what you're going to win, it's about how you're going to get through this weekend. The biggest things you get out of Startup Weekend is amazing people that you can work with in the future, as well as a great, great learning experience. So keep that in mind. Now, before we continue, I just want to get the whole organizing team up here on stage. Come on, guys. Come on. And I want you to clap so loud for them. Like, so loud. These guys are the reason you're here. Yeah. So they have gotten all of this together. They have made this happen. They are really excited to bring this to you, and they are so, so happy to help you through this weekend and after this weekend. If you have any questions about anything, come to these guys. They're super helpful and friendly. And also, if you have questions about what you can do after Startup Weekend, what you can do during Startup Weekend, what you should have done yesterday, just come. They know everything. So big, big round of applause again for them, please. Yes. Great. So, who's heard of Slack? Okay, we'll come around and tell you about Slack. So, Slack is a little platform that we're going to use this weekend to communicate between this fabulous organizing team we just met and yourselves about updates, about workshops we're going to be having tomorrow morning that will help you through this weekend and also be very fun and interesting. Right? Yes. Also updates when food is going to be ready, so that's very important. Also how to redeem global sponsorship deals, etc. So after the pitches, after all is said and done, we will create channels in this chat app. The organizing team will come by, they will explain what it is, how to get on it, how to use it, and then they will start sending you things. So beware, they will start doing that. So keep calm and get on Slack. All right. Now, I've been talking for like ever, so I'm gonna turn it over to you guys, and we are gonna play a fun game. Are you guys ready for a fun game?
Yeah!
All right, you guys sound so hyped. It's so exciting. All right, you know what, guys? Everybody, just stand up. Just stand up. All right, just stand up and kind of like shake it around, just like jump a little. It's Friday evening. Everyone's tired. Everyone's had a long day. And now we have to be here and listen to me. So, guys, shake it up, say hi to your neighbor, meet someone new, and I need Anna.
Hi, guys.
Alrighty, guys. While your mouths are open and chatting, I would like you to yell out in an orderly fashion, All right, if you can hear me, put your hand up. If you can hear me, put your hand up. Okay. If you can hear me, put your hand up in the back. Okay, guys, I would like you to yell out a word, the first word that comes to your head, and Anna's going to write it down. So fast, but also not too fast, because she is writing it down. All right, who's going to be first? Who's going to tell me a noun or an adjective? Just scream out any word you can think of.
Light.
Light.
Life.
Life. Sorry.
Tree.
Tree. Green. Whoa. Green. Yeah. Communism. Interesting. Friend. Strength. Anything from the back? Maybe the word gear? Fun? Okay. What else? Bitcoin. That's a great one. I don't see any typical startup-y words. Who can think of a great buzzword? Well, Bitcoin was great. But any other ones? Startup-y buzzwords? VR. Bootstraps. Yes, those are exactly it. VR. Bootstraps. Just think of the first thing you did today and send me a word. Elon Musk. That's an interesting morning habit there. What did you have for lunch? Tell me what it is. Guys, I don't hear many words. This is like your whole life depends on this. Money. Scale. Let's try some more nouns. Marketing. Santa Claus. See? More nouns or people. That's perfect. We're going to need about twice as many. Let's try this again. Let's go. Yes.
Efficiency.
Blockchain. Efficiency.
Fire.
Research.
Fire.
Strategy.
Fire.
Fire, yes. Agility.
Future.
All right, guys, we need to stick to nouns. This is going to be really hard for you in about 5 minutes. Let's try and stick to nouns. Finance. Chatbot. Popcorn.
Geneva.
Creation? Yeah, Geneva. That's a good one. I wonder how you thought of that.
Future.
Future. One more noun, maybe 3.
Technology.
Technology.
Recognition.
Science and blueberries. All right, you guys made this really hard for yourselves, but it should be interesting. Okay, so now that we've written a bunch of random words on a page, I'm going to ask you to sit down real quick because it's going to make the next 3 seconds very much easier. So I'm going to point at you and say a number. It doesn't mean anything. It's not a rating. I'm just trying to split you up into groups. Yeah? So I'm going to point at you. I'm going to say a number, and please remember it. Is everyone on board? Yeah? All right. 1, 2, 3. Count them back to me. 4.
8.
9.
10.
10. And then we're starting at 1 again. 1, 2, 4.
6.
7. 8. 9. 1.
2.
3.
4.
5, 6, 7, 8,
9.
10. 1,
2.
3,
4.
5. 6.
Yeah?
9.
10. 1. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sir, behind.
9.
10. 1, 2, 3,
On the side.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Does everyone remember their number?
Yes.
Fantastic. All right, guys, now it's time to remember your number, and I want you to get up and I want you to go look around the room. There's a piece of paper with your number on it, and I want you to stand in front of it and say hi to the other people that are going to stand in front of it.
Number 1.
Just keep looking. Start running. It's not dangerous when there's this many people over there. Keep going around the curve, around the bend. I think they're all over the place. Find your number. These people are now your temporary team. Has everyone found their number? I still see people wondering. All right, have you met your new teammates? Nope, not yet. Keep going, there's more numbers over here. Start yelling your number out. It'll be easier to find people. Did everyone find their number? No, it's not inside the wall. Okay, so, has everyone found their team? Oops, sorry. Alright, once you've found your team, I want you to put your hand up in the air with one finger up. Has everyone found their team? If you have not found your team, just join a random team. Guys, where's number 10? Raise your hands. Number 10. Where's number 4? Raise your hand. Number 4, raise your hand. Okay guys, if you found your team and you've met everybody, raise your hand up in the air with one finger up like this. If you can hear me, put your hand up. But if you're not in a team, just go in a random team. Put your hand up if you can hear me. Put your hand up if you can hear me. Hands up, mouths closed. Alright, if you can hear me, put your hand up and keep it there, and I need 5 minutes of silence. 1, 2, 3, go. Hands up, hands up. One arm up. Sorry guys. One arm up, one arm up, one arm up, one arm up. I don't see that many hands. Let's go. Yeah? Okay guys, on the count of 3, you're all gonna point at somebody in your team until everybody is pointing at the same person. Okay? Right? Are you ready for this? 1, 2, 3. Point at someone until everybody in the team is pointing at one person only. If you are that person, if you have been pointed at, please come to me. Guys, if you have found one person, please send them back to the front. If you have been pointed at. Okay. Guys, if you have now, as a team, selected one person, send them to me. I should have 10 people up here. I have 6. Guys, I'm missing 4 people up front. You've been now selected as the team leader. Good luck with that. Okay. Guys, if you can hear me, clap once. If you can hear me, clap once. If you can hear me, clap twice. If you can hear me, clap twice again. Can everybody hear me now? No, people are still talking. If your neighbor is still talking, just smack him right across the face. That should be... Yeah? Alright. I have some team leaders up here, and they are going to get a pen. And you remember those random words that we wrote on that board? They're going to have to run. When I count to 3, they're going to run with their pen, and they're going to circle 2 words, and they're going to put their number, their team number next to them. Okay? So you're going to go. First come, first serve. If the word is already taken, you're done. When I count to 3, you guys are going to, I didn't count to 3 yet. When I count to 3, you're going to go, you're going to select 2 words, you're going to bring them back to your team, and as a team, you're going to have 5 minutes. You're going to find a name, a logo, a business model, and a value proposition for a company based on those 2 words. You guys select 2 words, you circle them, and you write your team number. Is everyone excited?
Yeah!
I said, is everyone excited? There may be some sponsored banners lost. I hope that's okay. Okay guys, once you have your 2 words, please go back to your team and start working on the following elements. Company name, company logo, value proposition, and business model. You have 5 minutes starting now. Go back to your team and start working on it. If you don't know what I just said, ask an organizer. Go back to your team, the countdown has started. Ladies and gentlemen, you have about 3 minutes left to find a name, draw a logo, find a business model, and explain what your value proposition is. 3 more minutes. Woo. Don't forget to draw a logo. summarize your logo, name, business model, and value proposition. 1 more minute, guys. All right, ladies and gentlemen, time is up. Time is up. I need the team leader to grab the paper and head to the stage. Rest of the team, sit back down. Time is up, guys. Stop writing. It's done. It's done. Let's go. Back to the front. Team lead on stage. All right, time is up. Let's go. Let's go. If your business has not been made now, let's go back. Back to the main stage. Take your paper with you. Alright guys, time is up. Take your paper, go back to the front. Team lead, take the paper to the front of the stage. Okay guys, time is up. We're going back. Team leader, take the paper. Let's go. The timer has run. Team leader, grab the paper. Let's go back. Alright. Alright guys, I don't see that many people sitting yet. I should see a lot more people sitting. Let's go, let's go. Let's go. I know who you are. Let's go, let's go. It's done now. The business is done. Woo, let's go. Go back. Team leader in front of the stage with your page. Let's head on back to the stage. I want to hear your beautiful ideas. I will keep following you. Alright guys, come on, let's go. Everyone else is back. Allez, on y va. Allez, on y va les gars. Allez, on y va. Ça y est, c'est fini, on y va. If you're a team leader, you should have your paper with you. If you are not a team leader, please sit back in the audience. And if you are a team leader, please come to the front. Audience or front. Guys, let's sit back down. We have a little bit more time and then we're going to get up again. It's going to be very exciting. Here we go. Look at this. Okay, audience, where you at? Where you at, audience? Where are you at? Alright, I should only have 10 people and myself up here. The rest of y'alls need to be sitting. Let's go. Sit back down. Don't grab a beer on the way. I know what you're doing. Let's have a seat, and I want to, so we can hear all these wonderful ideas. Yeah? If you're not holding a paper, go have a seat. It's okay, it's not a test. There's no good or bad, you know? If you're holding a paper, I need you up here. If you're not, stop brainstorming. Alright. Alright, guys. Alrighty. Everybody who's sitting, how did you find this exercise?
Fun. Great.
Was it fun? I'm glad to hear it was fun.
Yes.
Yeah? Are you all stressed out now? Are you all hyped up? This is what you're going to be doing in the next 2 days, but we just did it in 5 minutes. All right. Alrighty, now it's getting serious. The music is off. If you're still standing, you should be sitting. I'm going to wait until you sit. I'm just going to stand here and wait. Alright, you're still not sitting. Let's go. Alright, what we're going to do is we're going to go down the row, and I just want to hear in 30 seconds, you're going to show us your logo. You're going to say, this is my company name, this is what we do, and this is how we make money. Yeah? All right, I'm gonna hold the mic for you. All right, let's go.
Okay, first, number 8. Our name is Tree Coin. So we understand that every tree is very valuable. So we propose to people who are interested in nature to invest in trees. So you can invest in trees by buying the Tree Coin. The coin is technology based on blockchain. And if someone wants to invest money in this company, there is a possibility for people to plant trees somewhere. So
All right, that sounds good. Thank you very much. All right, and I forgot to mention, please do tell us the 2 words that you started with. That was the whole exercise, right? Okay. All right, 2 words, and then go ahead and let us know what you mean.
So we ended up having the 2 words future and money, which is not too bad. And our company is called Ponzi. That's our logo. Basically what we do is that, everybody invests money, but it's boring. You get your 0.0001% at the end of every quarter. So with us, thanks to us, you invest with surprise and fun. So you have an excitement, which is similar to the Christmas Eve excitement you get when you don't know which presents you're going to get. You get money back, but you don't know when. Maturity unknown, interest rate unknown. And that's so much fun. So,
Thank you. That sounds great. All right. Next. Don't forget to tell us the words, yeah?
I choose strategy and technology. So our company name is Stratech. And we are a poker company. So we do online gambling and with cryptocurrency. So there is no fee on refunding and founding our account. And with the new law which is passing nowadays. So.
Wow, these guys went really far. Well, thank you. That's all right, let's hear it.
Okay, so we've chosen popcorn and blockchain. So to promote popcorn, we thought about movies, of course. And so with our coin, Popcoin, you can download and protect your movies because we want to protect the small producers and then allow people to watch those movies. And with the blockchain, you can protect your IP, like with no other system, and you can pay for the movies with the coin.
Nice, thank you very much.
Hello, I picked the 2 words green and life, and our company name is Green Life. That's our logo. Yeah. And we plant trees in deforested areas, and the way we raise money is via ICO and via carbon credits, so companies can trade carbon credits to each other.
Nice, thank you very much.
So our words are Elon Musk, not Elon Musk as presented here, and scale. And the company name is Of the Scale, and the idea is to take ideas of Elon Musk and make them scale. To make the world a better place.
Hello everyone. The 2 words that we had were fire and chatbot, and I don't think we had the time to come up with a name, so it's just going to be fire and chatbot. But the idea is for foreigners who are in areas where they can't speak the language when they are faced with a fire situation, they can use the chatbot to call the fire engine to come and combat the fire. And the way we make money is by proposing this solution to the insurance company, and the second one is a premium that the people that are facing the fire can call that the fire engine come more quickly.
Nice, nice. I like that. All right, a few more.
So our words are on blockchain and efficiency, and company is Sunchain. So the idea is we want to allow the local distribution of electricity. Means that if you have solar panels, that you can sell electricity to your neighbors, and we use blockchain to allow the peer-to-peer transaction of electricity. And our logo looks like that: chain and a sun chain.
So that we get these guys. All right, 2 more.
Thank you. Actually, the two words we picked up was fun and bitcoins, and actually those are words that have nothing to do together. So our idea is to come up with a new currency, which would be Funcoin. The reason why Bitcoin is not very fun for the moment is for two reasons. First, it's too expensive, and second explanation is more for geeks for the moment. So the idea the way to create a new currency that would be very interesting is to use it only for fun activities. And the fun activities we're going to use is to holidays, to make parties, and by using the blockchain, we'll be able to find who are the top guys and the top girls for having parties together. And every time those people will meet, we'll get a small part of the amount.
Hello. We choose two words is agility and Geneva. The name of our company is SPY. And the logo is a snake because we think that being smart, fast and sneaky is exactly the meaning of the word agility. We offer cyber security for financial institutions, and we're gonna make money by monthly subscriptions of the memberships of those institutes. So it's basically IT.
Nice. Round of applause for these teammates. I can now finally go sit back down. So let's give them another very, very big round of applause, guys. So, in 5 minutes, you have just done most of what you're going to be doing in the next 2 days. Finding a team of strangers, getting to know them, working with them, figuring out what it is you're going to build, who the customers are, what's the value you're going to bring them, talking to those people, which you didn't do now, but obviously it was 5 minutes. So keep in mind what you just did. If it gets, strenuous, if things slow down, just think, how did you guys get through a 5-minute exercise on this? All right, really, up next, I'm going to ask actually one of our sponsors, John. You want to come join me on stage? Let's give him a warm welcome. Warm welcome to John. I'm going to hand over the clicker.
Thank you. Thanks to Stan and Thibaut, the other guys who got me here in the end. So I just want to take 5 minutes of your time to just quickly introduce why I'm here, why Symbiotics is here, and what is the relationship that we find with this idea of overall impact, which is one of the keywords. I couldn't find its place over there because it's one of the mostly overused buzzwords that you can find around here. But I'll just explain what it means to us. So let me see if that works. It works. Cool. Basically, let me give you a bit of a context. In the industry I work in, I'm working in microfinance, which is part of a larger group, which is sustainable finance, which is part of a larger group, which is called impact investment and everything. But basically, there's an initiative called the SDG. Some of you may know about it. It's 17 goals that were set in 2016 by the UN, and they're pretty much promoting an improved way of life for everyone. Ta-da. So basically, those are the 17, and well, you should have seen them all. But basically, the ones that are shown up there are the ones that are closely related to what we call financial inclusion. Financial inclusion is basically the empowerment of communities, mostly in emerging and developing countries, through providing them financial instruments to sustain their life and improve their well-being. Symbiotics has been founded in Geneva. We used to call ourselves entrepreneurs at the time, but now we're kind of mid-age, so I think it's a bit an overstatement. So that's maybe one of the reasons we're here. We're trying to regain that kind of freshness and agility and all those buzzwords again. So we were founded in 2004. Basically, we are an intermediation company. We have offices throughout the world. We are dealing with the two sides of the value chain. We are dealing with what we call socially minded investors, And on the other end of the spectrum, we are providing funding to people in emerging and developing countries, emerging and frontier markets, so that they can get out of what we call the vicious circle of spending whatever they make every day. We are not in the philanthropy business. We are supporting people who are actively working and actively creating value by providing them loans at a decent interest rates in regions where most of the regions they simply cannot get access to loans at either at all or at a rate which is not deemed exorbitant, loan shark rates of 25% per day or that kind of ideas. Our headquarters in Geneva, basically, and we are now 120 people. We have extended about 4 billion USD in loans in the past 12 years. We support these kind of guys. So basically what we do, our core business is microfinance through the provision of microcredit. Microcredit is basically loans that are roughly $2,000 on average. These guys usually they do a lot of different works. They can work in markets, they can work in agriculture, they can work in a variety of places. And what they lack usually is just a little bit more money. First off, one of the key elements that they look for is security, because these guys, they're making very little money. We usually kind of generalize it by saying that they make less than $2 per day. The problem that they have is every single day they become sick, they put their life in jeopardy, they put the life of their relatives in jeopardy because they have no insurances, they have no way to sustain the way they're working. And through this virtuous circle of just raising a little bit of money, getting a little bit more, let's say for someone who's working in a market, he can buy a tuk-tuk or so, and go to sell his fruits and vegetables to 2 or 3 different markets rather than just one. It creates a circle which increases his well-being and improves all his circumstances. That's the start of it. And in recent time, what we found from studies, this one is actually coming from Harvard research, we've seen that in developed markets, 95% of the economy is based on SMEs. And in a developed market, this part of the economy doesn't exist because the really small entrepreneurs, what we call low and medium income households and small and medium sized companies, they're covered, but the kind of where they tend to be 20 to 200 people, they lack some sense of interest for the local banks because they represent too much risk, they represent not much opportunity to make strong interest, and so we've seen that this is an increased kind of part of the investment scope that we need to cover. So we've expanded in this area. What I want to cover now is just the fact that the industry that we work in is working in a scheme that is usually called double bottom line or sometimes triple bottom line. The idea basically is that what we are doing is not only providing loans for an interest to our investors, we are also providing loans with the objective to make a social impact, to create some social performance. And that's one of the key elements that we need to tackle. That's one of the key issues that we face, is actually we track that social performance on the institutions with various dimensions, and we try to understand the well-being that those investments are doing to these companies and to the people that are working in those companies. And also, in terms of the end clients themselves, we're trying to see whether the loan has created some opportunities to put the child in school or to reduce their consumption of gas or energies that are not sustainable or environmental friendly, whether they are exposed to, let's say, MCOPA, for example, like solar electricity and things that are better for the well-being of their own environment and in general the whole society. So that's basically the work that we do. And our understanding of what impact is basically when we achieve a long-term understanding of what the outcomes are. So basically, what long-term benefits we succeed to achieving, which do not have to do with financial benefits for the investors, but the investors are very much interested in this because that's the story. And when we talk about the investors, we have the end investor, the people who have a true gut feeling that there's something to do about empowering those people in remote areas, but there's also all the people in between, the fund managers, the banks and everyone in between who also need to be convinced about the model. So we need to bring and raise the story to tell them that there's actually a lot of impact that can be happening over there. The social development goals, they are working from 2016 to 2030, and in order to achieve them, it's been estimated that we need $2.5 trillion per year in order to achieve them. And financial inclusion, microfinance are deemed very important tools to do this. So this is basically my pitch for the impact that we are trying to do in our company, and basically what I'm coming with in terms of problematics or ideas is just the fact that doing this work requires a lot of efforts, a lot of innovation, a lot of disruption, basically because we are the financial sector, even though we are at the fringe, and as the rest of the mainstream financial sector, there's a lot of things that can be improved. There are a lot of things that are the status quo, and we need better ways to just bridge the gap between the developed market and the emerging market. And that's it for me. Thank you.
So if some of you guys want to go back and snap a picture of this might be a great source of ideas this weekend. Remember, we're talking about fintech, but we're talking about impacts in fintech. How do we make it sustainable? How do we make it something that includes everybody? So go ahead and take a picture if you'd like, if that's okay. Yeah? And keep it in mind when you're about to start pitching. So, who wants to pitch tonight? Raise your hand. What? That's like 5 people. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go really quick through how this is gonna work. And then, if you're on the side here, you're technically lined up to pitch. So if you're not quite ready to do that, you can go ahead and have a seat again. So, this is how it's gonna work. You're gonna get in line. As I just mentioned, the line is gonna be right here on the right-hand side. Okay? If you're already in line, stay in line. You're gonna have 60 seconds. And when 60 seconds rings, I'm gonna start clapping. I'm not gonna let you pitch longer than 60 seconds because otherwise it's gonna take till Sunday to do this. So, you're gonna have 60 seconds and I'm about to tell you what your pitch should look like. And when you're done pitching, so you're gonna line up, you're gonna come on stage, I'm gonna give you the mic, you're gonna pitch, you're gonna go off stage and you're gonna go to this table over here, you're gonna write down your idea, your name, and the name of your idea. Yeah? Yeah, did everyone catch that? Yeah? I made a joke. Okay, so line up now if you would like to pitch, and this is what your pitch is gonna look like. Hi, I'm Camille. The problem I want to solve is world peace. It's a problem because it doesn't exist. My solution is something we're going to build today. My solution is everybody's going to get a free unicorn because they make you happy. To do this, I'm going to need a lot of very creative people that can find unicorns. And I'm very good, I also have to say what I'm good at. I'm good at coming up with ideas that I cannot make happen because unicorns don't exist. Anyways, this is the format. What is your name? What is the problem? What is your idea about the solution? And what do you need in your team? Is that clear to everyone? Yeah. There's a few questions that usually come up. If you've already started working on your idea, it's not recommended to pitch it. You will not, you get the most out of this weekend when you come with a clean slate and you let your mind go all over the place. If you have 2 ideas, pick one, because if they both get selected, then we have a problem, okay? If your idea is not selected, that is fine, because it's not about the idea, it's about the journey. Remember we talked about this? I know it sounds cheesy. So it's true though. Most of the time, you're going to be working on another idea. The idea does not matter. It's 2 days. It's 2 days, guys. On Monday, you're going to take everything you learned and you're going to put it in another idea if you want. And the last question is, you can use props, but you literally have 15 seconds to find them. So one last thing I want to do before we start pitching is I want everyone to stand up right now. And we're going to do a little pledge. Everyone's going to put their hand over their heart. If you thought the first one was cheesy, you're going to love this. All right, here we go. Guys, I'm serious for a second. So, I want you to repeat after me. It is not about whose idea.
It is not about whose idea.
I am working on.
I am working on.
It is about learning.
It is about learning.
And committing to my team 200%.
Committing to my team 200%.
And now we clap and we get very excited because we're about to start pitching. Sit down, calm down, it's gonna be fine. If you're gonna pitch, line up. Like right now, like we're starting right now. Yes? Yes. Yes. Yes, sir, I will do that. Okay, so I am gonna have time. Yes. I know this is very exciting and it's been a bit of a long evening, but guess what? It's time for you guys to go to work. Time to pitch an idea, and I want you guys to welcome the first pitcher like this is Shakira and you're in the front row. It's like the time of your life, okay? So welcome to the stage, our first pitcher. Woo! You have 60 seconds starting 10 seconds ago.
Hi, I'm Jean-Paul, and the problem I want to solve is the reliability. Everything you read on the internet, you're never sure it's good or not, if it's just, you can trust it. And my solution is to combine Cora and Steemit and to implement a new protocol called Proof of Reliability. And the idea is to write a post. You write factual information, but you reference your source, and the more source you put, and the more money you will raise, and not just the amount of likes you get. And to do this, I need everyone because no one can do everything alone. And let's rock this weekend. The project name is Newton.
Thank you very much. Now go over here. This way. All right, let's welcome to the stage our second pitcher. Woo! Welcome to the stage.
Good evening, my name is Panam. So just upon reflection of what John mentioned and the importance of impact, a major theme for this weekend, I think my idea is to bridge the gap in communication between investors and recipients. So investors really need to know the impact of the work on the ground, and so recipients need to communicate back to them. So the idea is to create a digital platform between the two to communicate more efficiently, and this would be my idea is to create this through a digital platform via hot word blockchain. But
who do you need on your team?
Yes, so I need extremely creative people, developers, happy people, and yes, as many people as I can get on board.
Let's welcome our next speaker to the stage. Yes.
Hi, so I'm not going to pitch about Ponzi, but about dynametrics. And I've been working many years in banks, and I always found that the credit risk analysis, the way it was performed, it sucks. Because whether you're a company or an individual, if you already have a lot of money, you're going to get a credit. Yeah. But if you don't have money, you don't get a credit. Yeah. And actually nowadays, there should be better ways to analyze, who should get it or not. So what I've done, I've gone from January this year, I've gone to banks and credit institutions and performed market tests. And they all were really interested in this product because they find it more and more difficult to assess which companies, which individuals they should grant money, grant a loan or not, because the world is changing very quickly. So I know how to build this product, and I need engaged and competent soulmates. I need at least 5 people, meaning an IT developer, a big data and artificial intelligence specialist, a UX UI ideally, a web developer, and a data scientist. And the project name is Dynametrics.
Woo! Thank you very much! All right, welcome our next speaker to the stage. Let's give her a round of applause.
Hi, so my name is Audrey. I'm a first grade here in Geneva. And I'm sure that you all know about Bitcoin, but maybe less about Ethereum, Dash, or even Purecoin. So I've been trading cryptocurrencies for a couple of months now, and I've realized that there's some big opportunity of arbitrage. So for example, on GDAX right now, you could buy Ethereum for 388 euros and buy the same Ethereum on Kraken at 377 euros. This is a difference of 11 euros, that's a lot. Of course, you need to take into account the fees, the time for validation of the blockchain, as well as the scalability of this project, but overall I think there's money to be made. I need developers that know how to code on the platform's API, and if they know how to code in Python, that would be a plus. The name of the project is the New Era for Arbitrage.
Woo! Thank you! Alrighty. Next up is these 2 ladies. Welcome to the stage. I don't hear clapping. Let's go.
This is my mate Eileen Ray. My background is marketing, PR, and Formula One. Eileen is a research genius geek. How many of you have a bike that you don't use, or a membership to a gym that you never really do, and you never go? What's stopping you? Motivation. That's the problem we want to solve. What solution? Motimate, an app that motivates you and a mate to move. How does it work? So you do it, you go for that cycle, you snap it, you take that selfie, you and your bike, you send it, you share it with a mate, you motivate your mate to move. She reacts, she does it, she goes for that swim, she snaps it, she does her selfie of the pool, she shares it, she sends it back to me, it makes me react. The cycle continues, you keep motivating each other to act. Motimate.
Thank you, that's it.
We're looking for, is there anything? Coders.
Okay, I'm sorry that was time, I'm sorry, but you can look for them later when we vote. The name was? Motimate, that was pretty fun. Alright, next up we have this gentleman, let's welcome him warmly to the stage. Also, if you've written your idea, feel free to come back to the audience.
Hello everyone, my name is Roy, and I have a question for you. Who knows you better than yourself? It's probably Facebook, Google, Amazon, and all those tech companies. And the reason why is because we generate so much personal data that is spread across the digital world, and we don't know what they say about us or where they're located and how we can access them. So the idea that I have is to generate kind of like a personal data hub that collects all the data about yourself and analyzes it for you, so your like medical history, financial history, that gives you tips on how to protect your privacy, and it can be used for many different things. So what I need is developers, people, data scientists, and whoever wants to join. I think it's a great idea, it has a lot of potential. I think you should join, and we can call it Smart Digital Karma. Let's do it. Thanks a lot.
Welcome our next speaker. Keep clapping, come on up.
Hello everyone, so my name is Fali, originally from Madagascar, and the problem I'm trying to tackle is to democratize entrepreneurship. So the people you saw during the previous presentation, you know, the slides, financial inclusion is necessary, but it's not enough. Those people, they also need access to training, mentoring, peer support, and so on. So my vision is a global peer-to-peer inclusive community of entrepreneurs. And the entry ticket is this. Meet the incubator in your pocket. So with this incubator in your pocket, entrepreneurs that you saw in the presentation, they can have access to peer support. The app will nudge them to perform effective actions and make decisions. And to develop this, I need developers, mostly Lisp and JavaScript, and the platform will be holochain, not Flutter. Thank you.
Coming back, this time with another idea in mind. In fact, I want to break up my current business model. So I'm looking for dreamers. I'm looking for people who have basic knowledge of finance and legal statements and stuff. Because what I expect to do is actually break down what I was trying to explain with the value chain. We want to make people who need funds come in direct contact with people who actually want to provide funds. And we want to remove all the intermediaries because we cost a lot of money, because the people in between, the people within legal firms, the people within currency markets, and the people who we deal with in the market before we deal with the entrepreneurs are taking a share of the money, which could in the end be directly given to those people. So maybe what we want to achieve is create a financial marketplace between the givers and the getters. Thank you.
Bridge, that was it. All right, next up is this gentleman right here.
Hello, my name is Vincent. Sorry, I have to read. So, in the world of tomorrow, we'll have to work and exchange services without the cross-border limitations. So, to be compliant with to be compliant with local laws and foreign countries' laws. So we have to be compliant with the local laws and foreign country laws. And the idea is to create a platform or a solution based on blockchain and smart contracts to bring accuracy and autonomy. So we need a developer, especially friendly with smart contracts, and a designer, and anyone who wants to be in a funny team.
Do you have a name for your project?
The
project is?
EWA.
EWA. All right, thank you, sir. All right, I have 3 more people in line. Give me 1 minute. Is anybody else thinking, oh, you know, I have this idea, but maybe not, but maybe yes? If you're thinking that, then maybe yes. Yeah. I have 3, 4 people in line. Is there anybody that's feeling bold? I think you want to pitch. I think you do. I really think you do. I see you taking notes. How many pitches are we at?
9 so far.
9? Guys, come on. There's what, 50 of you here? I want to see at least 5 more people in this line. Come on, be courageous. This is about entrepreneurship. Be bold. Okay. Yes, let's cheer them on. Who's going to stand up? All right, you're going to continue? You're going to come pitch? After? You still need to get in line. And you're going to get in line. And you're going to get in line. Okay. All right, next up we have Gabriel. Let's give him a warm welcome and let's stand up and pitch.
Hi everyone, my name is Gabriel. I'm a PhD student at the University of Geneva. I'm mainly focused on smart contract, the legal issues about it. And my issue is quite simple. Today, the data it's difficult to access official data, but those data are very valuable. And there is actually lots of gaining value when you can create low latency response via smart contract to those data. So basically, my solution is 2 steps. First, you create a user-friendly platform to enable users to get quick notification, and then you enable them to create fast response via smart contract in order to get exactly what they want. For instance, you have an authorization in the land registry, and you want to make a quick opposition. Basically, my team, is a team of coders, is a team of developers, and the name, let's find one.
Thank you very much, sir. One extra person in line, but we need a few more. You guys. All right, let's welcome our next pitcher. Loud clapping, guys. Yes.
Hi everyone, my name is Shekib and I'm an accountant. As you probably know, accountant is not that sexy, and especially for junior accountants, it's horrible. I used to spend nights and nights on only entering data, so that's why today I want to come with a company or startup that I call Rapid Expense. And this is supposed with two technology, which is OCR and machine learning, trying to make life much more easier for accountants. So that's why today I am looking for only smart people. They can come from legal, bank, IT guy, and we can definitely improve this invoice process, which is so annoying and boring. Thank you, and please vote for Rapid Expense.
Rapid Expense. Let's make accounting sexy. Okay. Also, when you're gonna come pitch, because like half of the room is gonna come pitch, they just don't know it yet. Bring a problem. You don't need to have a solution. You're here to find a team to find you a solution. All right? Yes. Thank you, sir. Let's give him a round of applause.
Hi, I'm Lisa. I'm a development and finance expert and here with DevTech Solutions. The problem that I want to talk about is that developing countries often don't have enough funding to provide basic or life-saving treatment for individuals in their country. So imagine that you have HIV and you go to the pharmacy and your antiretroviral drugs are not there. So you have no medicine to treat yourself. You'll die. This is a horrible situation. Fortunately, much funding exists in the international space for countries to get grants so that they can provide these life-saving drugs. However, the problem is that the systems used to provide this funding are hugely inefficient. So imagine having won a grant, but not having enough capacity to fill out the paperwork. So I want to fix this leveraging blockchain technology so that more lives are saved. So I need everybody, specifically developers, and appreciate you considering and using your awesome talents to truly make a difference. Thanks.
Lisa, the project is called Lisa.
DevTech Solutions.
DevTech Solutions Incorporated. All right, let's welcome this gentleman to the stage. Yes, thank you.
Well, my name is Luis. I'm a portfolio manager here. And even if I don't have a solution, I do have a problem. The problem is like, well, I know a lot about finance and I've been studying for 8 years. And I think I know quite a lot, maybe not the most. I know my things. I realize like when talking with my friends, family, they have no idea and they don't know how to get in. So basically, there is a lot of people that because they just don't know about it, they have their money, their cash in the bank, just getting the inflation and getting their money, so they don't get any return. Their money doesn't work for them. And what I realize is like the investment environment is really complex. There is a lot of people like funds managers. There's a lot of people there. There's like no way to get information quick and get people with the knowledge to invest safely and without getting stolen. So that's it. I don't have a name.
All right, no name. Can you go write your idea on the paper on the left? Okay, guys, it's not easy for anyone to be up here, so please welcome them. But also, get up here. It's also really fun. So, pitch your idea, pitch your problem, pitch your solution. I see the line is empty. No, I'm in the line. Oh, and girl. Okay. Welcome this gentleman again. Big clapping.
Hello, my
my name is Jean-Michel. I just came with a basic problem. I'm not able to remember my password and my login. I know there is a lot of apps, but none of them are standing out. So basically, I offer you the opportunity to think about this solution, which I think is quite common to you. So I need developer code because I don't know anything about developing an application, but of course I need happy people and a lot of energy. So thank you. Also, I have a family name, so let's call it Block Wallet.
Okay, that's original. Thank you. All right, we have Anna up next, but do I see somebody getting up? I see somebody getting up. If you're getting up, you're gonna pitch. If you're standing, you're gonna pitch. All right, guys, remember, there are many ways in which you can save the world from financial, just kidding, financial institutions are our friends. But this is gonna be your last chance to pitch, so if you're hesitating, don't. Come on over and stand in the pitch line, okay? You have 30 seconds to decide. All right, Anna, let's give her a big round of applause.
Guys, yes, my name is Anna. I'm part of the Orga team, but this afternoon I decided I'm going to pitch the idea that was on the top of my head for the past few weeks. So a couple of weeks I had a chance to attend the Social Good Summit organized by UNDP, and there was a talk about SDGs that John mentioned, Sustainable Development Goals. And UNDP said only 10% are achieved each year. So here we stand in front of the big problem that impact investment business is facing. How to measure the real impact they are doing, okay? There are not sophisticated practice in place that really help you get the data from the market. So let's team up, let's try to find and build a tool that will help us to really find the way if the investment has touched the markets, because the investors will come up eventually and say like, what good my money has done so far. Yes, so I come from the big data sector. I need tech people, I need creative minds, I need anyone. Let's call it measurability.
Okay, go write your idea down. All right, guys, this gentleman just asked me as well. If you have an idea that you've already worked on, it's not recommended to pitch, but I would still encourage you to do it. Just be open to other ideas to improve it. Okay? Any takers? I'm counting on you, girl. Come on, come on.
I'm not in finance idea.
That's okay. Impact, finance, it'll all work out. Come on, come on. Yes, yes. Okay. Sir, let's go. Let's pitch.
Hello, my name is Jonathan Robinson, and I want to talk about not so much of a problem, but something that exists, which is greed, and also the desire to prevent losses. So right now, blockchain technology is exploding, and everybody's trying to put everything on the blockchain. And what I've begun to develop is something that I call Heptagon Jewel. And what it does is it allows you to grow the cryptocurrency of your choice at a faster rate. So, for example, right now I started with Bitcoin, and basically what you do at the time that you purchase, that you buy in, you pay 5%. At the time when you leave, you pay 5%. So the incentive is for people to remain in the cryptocurrency. It's specifically designed for people that want to do more long-term holds. And what it allows you to do, that 5% that you pay in is distributed throughout the whole network, both at the beginning and at the end. And what it allows you to do is profit from longevity, from not moving that cryptocurrency, from keeping it in the same place, and also acts as a hedge. So it goes up.
So, again, I hear a lot about blockchain. Guys, what do you wish blockchain could do? We hear a lot about blockchain, but we don't hear so much about the use cases. So I want to think about your deepest, wildest dreams and desires of what blockchain can do for us. And I want you to pitch it after these two courageous people, which I am now going to welcome to the stage. Woo! Yes!
Good. My name is Sam. My idea is to create a Fiverr or job market
building on the concepts of symbiotics, where users in other countries can get paid in cryptocurrency and then reinvest it in a similar way to kind of BitConnect to increase the value of the coin and also to act as an investment for the people who are doing the work. I need developers, obviously, and UX specialists and visionaries in the field of the strategy side of things. And my company name is 5Connect.
I remember there's an at the beginning. Yeah? Alright, let's welcome this young lady to the stage. Lots of clapping.
Hello, my name is Tatiana. I have no idea about finance, I'm so sorry. But I believe in one thing, that the children is our future. Everything what happens in now world is the world, and all of the violence is everything that we see in the TV and the news and all of this program. So I want to protect our children from the seeing this kind of violence and crime on the TV. I want to build a program that can help every parents to download and have it in their own system to protect children from seeing all of these horrible things that happens on the TV. The name of the program is Child Pro, and I think the time is running.
Just let us know who you need on your team.
Yes, so I need everyone who wants to be helpful for the future and to build a perfect world. I'm sorry.
Nice work, you guys. And nobody has any regrets? This is your last chance. Last pitch.
My name is Julian, I'm a data scientist, and I have a problem, like a lot of you. My friends are spread today in all Europe. I have friends in London, I have friends in Stockholm, and friends in Madrid, and we have a big problem in order to find a place, a common place where we can meet us. Idea is to mix Tinder and Skyscanner. Each of us get some cards with a city and say yes or no. Stockholm next weekend, 20 francs. London in 2 weeks for 100 francs. Yes, no, yes, no. When there is a match, tickets are automatically booked. And let's go for a weekend all together without any painful decision process. Exactly. I need idea is we go, and I need front-end developer and back-end developer for the web, for the application.
Sounds good. Okay, we have the next picture. All right, let's welcome him to the stage.
Hello everyone. Actually, I have one idea and I just want to share it. I never said before to implement it. So all of you know that actually the paid media online is very highly monopolized by Facebook and Google. And what if we bring the blockchain technology and create a platform which can connect directly the advertiser, the people who want to place the advertising to the audiences, avoiding any untransparency from these companies. So this is the idea.
What do you need, and what is your name?
My name is Simon. I need the
idea names.
Yeah, Simon. So the value is clear. So just with the help of blockchain, we just can build a platform which connects directly people who want to place the advertising directly to the audiences.
All right, thank you very much. I'm here with Mandy the Flamingo. If you need her, she's here for you. Any last pitches? This is your time to shine. There is literally no more pitching after this, ever. No, I'm just kidding. All right, guys, let's give one more huge round of applause to all of our pitchers. So great job, you guys. If all of you over here want to have a quick seat for me, then we're going to be almost back up and on our feet. But let's bring it back in. Let's bring it back in. Alright, so we already talked about this, we pitched. Remember this pledge? Do we remember what it was about? 200%, I like it, yes. This is about, it's not about the idea I'm working on, it's about who I'm working with and what I'm learning. So, the next stage, of our event tonight is that we are going to vote. As you know, all the pitchers have been writing down on some pieces of papers hidden somewhere here the name of their idea, what they're looking for, I think, and what their idea actually is. And so what our pitchers are going to do now is they're going to go ahead and they're going to go pick up their papers and they're going to stand with them. And for those of you that didn't get to finish your pitch, this is your moment to finish your pitch and recruit your people because we're going to vote. And how this works is that each of you is going to get 3 Post-its from the organizing team. They are standing around, hopefully, yes, with a bunch of Post-its, and they're going to give you each 3. Now, you can put 1 Post-it on 3 ideas, or you can put 3 Post-its on 1 idea. It doesn't matter to me. If you love the idea, all in. Good. You can distribute your Post-its as you will, but you only get 3, and this is our voting system. The ideas with the most Post-its will go on to be the teams for Startup Weekend. So if you pitched, this is your time to sell out of your idea. I just bleeped myself. To sell your idea, to recruit the people you need, and to make it happen. Is everyone excited about this part of the event because this is the fun part?
Yeah.
All right, guys, let's hear the round of applause again for yourselves and the pitchers. Yes. Okay. And you guys are really lucky because not only do you get to go vote for your favorite idea, but soon there will be some food here as well.
Pizza.
Pizzas.
It's coming.
So we will let you know. You will probably smell them when they come in. So for now, get up, go find an organizer, grab some Post-its, and go vote.
Yourself? I think there's yeah, but don't touch Geneva. Tu peux m'aider? Non, non, juste là-bas. Ouais, juste là-bas.
Thank you. Another part of the event where we